Alright guys, another video for a spoiler. So I was actually pleasantly surprised with this leader. I actually said that in my last video that after seeing the spoilers that this deck wasn't actually going to be good. But after actually testing with it, I actually found it to be very different from what the other green leaders did in the past. It's able to use discarding very well, and it's able to generate really large Broly bodies. And you're going to be using such things as a combo. You're going to be using the Broly's ring as a sort of like a combo tool. So learning your combos and doing the correct sequence is going to be very prized in this deck. So you'll be able to generate a lot of advantage if you know how to do the combos correctly. So I'm going to try to teach you guys the combos based on what I just learned for a few minutes of playtesting. We're going to do the test hand here. So for those of you guys who don't know what it does, it has an activate main on the front side. By the way, you will not be staying in the front side for very long. Just by turn 2, you'll be awake as quickly as possible. So anyways, activate main, you add up to one of the Broly or Paragus card, both with an energy cost of 1 from your deck, and then you negate the skill for the rest of the game. So in order to alternatively awaken, if you have 2 or more energy and you have a skillless Broly in play, you draw 2 cards and then you add cards from your life until you have 6 life. And then that's how you're going to be awakened. On the back side, it has the ability to combo a multicolored Broly card from your hand so you can basically combo it for free as opposed to paying the 1 energy. But the only stipulation is that it reduces the combo power by -5. So you're basically comboing away the multicolor, but that's kind of fine. So that ability is really cool because if you're deck building for this deck can actually just combo those cards away without having to pay the 1 energy to do so. Whenever one of your Broly tries to swing into one of your opponent's battle cards, your opponent can't activate counter skills. So that means they can't counterattack the attack. So it makes it so that the Broly is able to attack your opponent's battle cards, and that's how it gets its advantage. Additionally, this is the most important part of the skill, is that when it attacks you draw a card, but additionally you can send any green card that includes your field spell or your field extra, and that field extra is able to pretty much generate you free Broly by paying 1 energy or just by playing for free. So that's going to be a really crucial part of that strategy, and it also gets 5k boost, so that's really strong. So knowing when to swing with your leader is really important so that you can enable your combos. Okay, so we're going to start the game off. So we're going to shuffle our deck. So don't worry about not being able to have the Broly in your opening hand because this leader can just search it straight from the deck. So the cards you want to have in your opening hand is probably going to be something like this, as it is not very searchable in your deck. So you're going to have so you're going to have to keep this card in your opening hand. Everything else I don't think you need to have. You can keep this card in your hand because you can actually discard it with the one of your card skills. So we're going to mulligan this card away, this card away. This card is a check land if you have a Broly in your energy or your battle area. So we can actually keep this card, and then we can just take away the Goku here. So shuffle, and then we draw 3. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to put the life out. You're going to charge this Goku here, so you won't be needing it. You're going to use the activate main on the leader ability to search for the Broly. The Broly you really want is this one. This is the one that enables all your combos, so you're going to search for it, and then you're going to add it to your hand. You're going to pay 1 energy here to play the Broly here, and this Broly is going to play the Broly's ring. So the only Broly ring in this deck is this one. It's the Sealed Super Warrior, which gains in the skill, it's treated as a Broly's ring in all areas, so including your deck. So then you're just playing this for free because that's what it does. Activates it from the deck. And then this card doesn't use its skill yet, but it has the ability to negate your Broly. Since this is both a Broly and a Paragus, you can negate its skill, and then you'll be able to awaken alternatively because then you'll have a skillless Broly. So the following turn, you're going to keep this on board. You're just going to have the attacks go through you, so you're going to take the damage because you're going to go down to 6 anyways because all the leaders here in this set help you, or pretty much you go down to 6 life using this leader ability. Okay, you can take your turn again. You're going to charge this one now because you have a Broly on play. The energy exhaust gets ignored if you have the Broly out. Cool, so now you can pretty much awaken now. And now that you have 2 energy, you're going to use the skill to negate the Broly here. So we're going to put a die indicator on this. And then from there, you're going to use this ability to rest it. Well, it has to rest to negate. From there, since you now have a skillless Broly on the board, you're going to awaken. Alt face, you're going to take life till you have 6, and then you're going to draw 2. Okay, perfect. So now you can do a lot of different plays here. We're going to use the activate main on this one to discard any card from our hand. We're going to discard the dormant super warrior because it's useless in our hand anyways. And then from there, you're going to search for the 6 drop. The 6 drop is going to be this one right here. You want to search the 6 drop because when you send this off to the drop area, you can pay 1 energy to play the 6 drop. So that's what you're going to do. So to send this off to the drop area, you're going to use your leader ability to attack. So you're going to attack with your leader. And then from there, you're going to draw a card. And then you're going to send away the sealed super warrior. The sealed super warrior is going to trigger. You're going to pay the 1 green energy to play this guy out from your hand. Okay, that's what it does, for those of you guys don't know. And then from there, when this card is played, it gains critical for the turn. So you're able to play a 30k critical. Okay, so you have a 30k body, but then he won't be able to attack any active mode. So what you just do is you swing for 30k crit. That's usually generally enough. The turn's not over yet. You can actually just play this Paragus for free. You can play this for free if your leader is a green Broly and you have a Broly in play, so you satisfy his condition. So you can just activate main, play him, and then he looks for the top 5 cards of your deck, and then you can just activate either a Broly's ring, or you can just add another Broly. So since we already have this Broly here, we're going to activate the Broly's ring. So this allows us to keep an energy open. So we only play 2 in the deck because that's all we need, because this can be recycled using this Broly. Okay, so now you have the Broly's ring out and 2 energy open. Pretty much you can just pass here without doing much. On your opponent's turn, you can probably just Z-charge this, so you don't need it. So you can just play your Broly. You can also Z-charge this as well. Yeah, pretty much easy. You can take damage if you want. Just make it realistic. Okay, now it's our turn again. We can charge this one for free because it's a check land. We have a multicolor energy. Okay, so now we have this card down, but we don't need it anymore. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swing with him for 30k. Okay, before you swing with this, you can actually just do this right here, where you just pay 1 energy to play this guy. And then from there, what you can do is discard 1 card from your hand to add a Broly. So we can do that. We're going to discard this card from our hand, and then we're going to search for the 6-drop Broly from our hand, and then add it to our hand. Okay, from there, you're going to use the effect of this to negate the Broly, so it becomes skillless, and then you rest this card. And then from there, you can actually just use this ability to attack, and then send off this Broly. This card Broly does have the ability, when it's removed from the battle area by a skill or KO'd, you can activate a Dormant Legend from your deck, hand, or drop. So you're going to send this off. A lot of things are going to trigger here, but we're going to do one at a time. So when this gets into the drop here, you get to play a Dormant Legend, so that's what we're going to do. And then when this fields gets played, it pretty much removes the Broly's ring by game mechanic. So when this card says when it's placed in the drop area, if this card was in rest mode and it's placed in the drop area, you can play a red-green multicolor. So we're going to send this off, pay 1, and then play the 6-drop. Now this has the ability to be able to gain critical, and then also on top of that, it's able to place a Paragus to the drop area, and is able to attack a card in active mode. So let's pretend they do have one in active mode. This also has critical as well. Okay, and so that's going to be good. So this way we can attack something in active mode. Okay, so this is going to resolve the battle. This is going to be hitting for 20k. Okay, and now you're going to swing with the Broly at a battle card in active mode, and then that's going to restand himself. And then you can actually swing again and then attack him, crit their life. You're going to activate this card abilities to be able to free play himself, and then you can look at the top 5. We can actually activate the Broly's ring, but we only have 2, so let's just look at the top 5. Okay, we're going to add we can only add a Broly card, so we're going to add this Broly. Okay, in order to play this guy for only 1 energy, you can send a non-unique green card, so you can just send the Dormant here, and then you can play him out. From there, you can actually just use Dormant Potential. You can use the Dormant Super Warrior. This allows you to play the Glacial Awakening from your hand or from the deck. So that's what we'll do. We can play this guy from the deck. This card has the ability to give your leader +5 until the end of your opponent's turn by discarding a card. So that's what we'll do. We'll discard the Paragus here. Okay, so now your leader is up to be 20k. Alright, so you can just swing here, and then pretty much if you want to KO another card, you could. Yeah, you could. So what you can do there is use this ability here to send off this Broly, and then this Broly is going to trigger to play the Dormant Potential again. So there's a lot of different combo lines in this deck, and it's very much in line with modern Dragon Ball. Okay, so now you send off this off to the drop area. You activated this card, so the next time this gets sent to the drop area, you can actually just play at another Glacial Awakening. Your leaders are going to be at 20k for the whole turn, so that's cool. Now this has 25k double strike, so you can actually just attack, and then that's cool. So now you have a leader here that's a 20k for the turn. That's pretty good in my opinion. Okay, so your opponent's turn now. So they're gonna try to combo out. They're gonna try to clear your board with their battle cards. They're actually afraid to develop battle cards because if they do develop battle cards, your battle cards can actually just go after them in active mode and in rest mode. And if they do, you can generate a lot of advantage. So they're gonna be pretty much hesitant to play battle cards unless they can snipe off the guys off. So yeah, pretty much there. You're gonna Z charge this guy if you have to. You're pretty much tapped out. Let's say they go for life because these guys are pretty high up on the stats. Okay, so you go down to 4, so that's fine. You're gonna draw for turn. Okay, we're gonna charge this card because we're trying to teach. Okay, from here, you can actually just pay the 1 energy here to EX evolve on top of this guy and then draw a card. When this card is played, your opponent discards a card. It also has the ability to rival as well for 2 energy. But you can't attack anything in active mode because this Broly doesn't do that. But it is a 35k double strike, which is really strong and really impressive. Yeah, we're basically just gonna go in swinging here. We'll go swinging here. We can actually use this ability to just send this off to play the Glacial. We can play this card right here. Give our leader another 20k. So as you can see, this deck is really, really good. And then you can EX Evolve again if you could. Let's play this guy for free because you could. Look at the top 5, see if we can find our Broly 8-drop. And we did. So we can add this card to our hand because it's not stipulated in any cost. Okay, and then for 1 energy, you can actually just EX Evolve this on top. And then draw a card because it's not a limit one, which is really, really broken. And then you can keep attacking here. They also discard a card too. Uh, so, so yeah, you can kind of see this deck is really good. You can just pay the 1 energy here to do something like this, to play the gigantic meteor of destruction. This card's really cool. You can actually give something one of your Broly's if you have form 1 energy, 30k if it's attacking a battle card. And then if it actually KOs something in battle, your opponent discards 2 cards. So you can keep this up for if you need your bully to climb over a battle card. Okay, you can actually attack with this. So this is pretty good, right? So this goes pretty wide. You have this really large body on board that's a 35k double strike, and on top of that, your leader actually they can actually counter skill any of your attacks. So this is really good here. I guess you can do something like this: pay 1 energy on your last energy to just play Broly's ring from the drop area because that's what it can do. Okay, and then you just pretty much play that. Where's that at? You can have this guy again to negate one of your Broly skill and then search for a 6-drop. We can actually search for a 6-drop right now. We can just send off this card and then search for the 6-drop. So if we ever find a way to remove this card while it's in rest mode, you can just play this guy for free. And then this guy does a lot of damage too. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the deck for you guys. I really don't have anything else to say. It's really hard to kind of gauge how good this deck is because there's no battle cards we can swing at. But theoretically, if they were to play a battle card on their side, we can actually just go after it and then force them to discard 2 if we remove this off. And then we have all these combo lines with our field, and these field extra cards allow you to do a lot of things. If by chance this guy gets ever removed, you can actually just play this card when you have. You can actually just play this card if you're at 1 life, and then whenever it attacks, your opponent just chooses all of their cards in their hand and places it in the drop area. Yeah, so this deck's really good. I think I see a lot of potential for this deck in the upcoming meta. It's very combo oriented, and I really like it. It allows you to just basically explode and do really well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.